Good morning. Wow, my hat brim's crooked. Good morning. I'm Michael Jones, this is Rayden Chronicles. I have not made an episode. I have dropped the ball. Instead of posting once a day, I have gone 2 days now and I haven't posted a video. But you know what? I don't get any views or subscriptions. I got like 7 subscribers. This started as kind of like a little project. Okay, I'll try that. Some guy was saying, if you post every day and you just post every day, 10 to 15 minutes, they're looking long form content, the algorithm will build. My algorithm has gone completely down. It started off, I'd get like maybe 3 views, and now I don't get any views on my videos, and nobody likes or subscribes to the channel, which is no big deal to me because this just started as a just thing to do, and now it's just a therapeutic thing I do. And as I did it, I got to thinking, how cool. If I die, well, I mean, I will die, but when I die, my kids can come up here, and as long as YouTube, don't take them all down, they'll be able to see some videos, talk about see what I was talking about that day or whatever. But I've stopped at Starbucks this morning, got me a coffee, and they fixed it correct. I'm so glad. It was a little weird with the texture of the whipped cream, but it's okay. They fixed it right. Last night was my son's first full band gig. So he's been doing acoustic acts, playing, little bars and restaurants and stuff, doing acoustic acts. And then he finally has been working to get a band together. And last night, he got a band together. Well, he got a band together, and they've been practicing. And now, he ends up putting the band together, and they played last night for the first time in Greenville at Dirty Dance. And, man, I feel sorry for him, but it sounds bad coming from me because I'm older. But he did a good job. I mean, boy looks like he's a natural up there. Like you can just tell, like it's just ain't a thing to him. I guess he's watched me so long, and like I guess he's just got kind of a natural click. But the boy did good. We only say the first set. I didn't say the second set simply because I'm old. I wanted to. I'm old, and then the club was very small, and there were a lot of people in there, a lot of drunk guys. They kept bumping into me. I could feel my temper flaring. So we stayed the first set till he went to the break, and then after that, I went up and talked to him, and then he went outside, and then we let him hang with his boys. He don't want to hang with his old man. Now I remember that shit, man. Dad come out and stuff, like, man. And now looking back, you're just like, damn, man, I wish my dad could come here and hang with me, man. I'd let him stand here all day. I'd talk his face off. But you don't know that at the time. And it's just like, man, I don't know, hang with my dad. But I get it. No harm, no foul, son. I understand. Hang with your boys. But on to the constructive criticism part. Man, I was saying earlier, I feel bad for him. I feel sorry for him because, he's at that stage where like he don't know, he hadn't been around that many musicians, and he's got some musicians that play out there. But man, I'm telling you, it's rough. So from what I gather, his drummer is a guitar player, or is, like by trade, a guitar player. But I'm telling you, man, that was, yes, and this is nothing personal against the boy, because I don't have the best dog either, but like, man, they did Folsom Prison Blues, and I swear they did it at 6 different tempos. I mean, like it kicked off, I told Amber, I was like, that's slow. And then it got to the hook part. That song didn't really have a hook. It's got kind of an in-bar hook. They got to the little in-bar hook and get ready to go into like the next little acoustic, or not acoustic, but lead part, the guitar. He says, the train keeps rolling, and that's what tortures me. Doom, doom, picked it up. But at the end of the guitar thing, it was like. Then to get back to the verses, it's like. I left you for leaving. That's it. I was like, holy shit, these boys have been slowed down. But man, listen, my first band was rough too. I don't know if it was that rough, but I was getting a seasoned band. Another advantage I got, I had a lot of advantages. Another advantage I got was I got a whole band at one time. Like, there was a guy doing the house show out at the American Legion in Wilson named Dwayne Quidley, and he had a band, and it was all, a band together that played the house show every week, so they were very familiar with each other. And then something happened. I think, I don't know what happened, but some wires got crossed, and they walked in one night, and Dwayne just fired them all and hired a whole new band. So when he did that, the whole band was available, so they knew I was trying to put something together, so they were just like, do you want a band? So I was like, what? So I got kind of a whole band at one time. So they were familiar with each other, but they weren't the greatest in the world. The musicians weren't, but we did well. But my father always had an eye on Ronnie Waters, Robbie Hendricks, and Fatback, Roddy Stroud. And man, he worked forever just kind of angling to get these guys, and he finally did. I remember Ronnie Waters was making $275 a night or a weekend, whether we played or not. So my dad had to pay him all the money, like every weekend. He got a $275 salary, and it was just up to us to book. Like, we just had to book if we need to. So we worked it out for a while. My dad got sick and after he passed away, Ronnie kind of broke that deal where I didn't have to pay him when we won't play him. But I did keep us playing the whole time. But I'm not hating on my boys, Kaden's band and all, man. I hate because I'm like, God knows, man, if I could get him up there, up there with Ronnie Waters and Robbie didn't complain about everything, and say Fatback or Jared or even Donnie. Donnie's good, solid, got a good straight drive, not fancy. Can't get too complicated with Donnie, but if you want a straight, good, hard rocking, solid in the pocket beat, ain't no better. Tittle's there. I remember when I played with Donnie Tittle for the first time, I was like, whoa, this drummer plays, and he is in the pocket, and he is hard too. He plays hard. And I told him, I said, man, if I ever leave, and he let me know, he said, if you ever leave, call me. So I got Donnie for a drummer, and he was there. He's solid. I love playing with Donnie. Like I said, can't get too fancy with Donnie, but that ain't no thing. I can't get too fancy on any vocals because I can't sing that well. But drummers, man, like Fatback's good too. I love Fatback and Kaden. Matter of fact, Kaden is gonna play this coming weekend with Fatback, and he, man, after I knew already. I mean, I'd listened to some of Caden's videotapes, and the drummer's doing the, if it's a song like, he does a little backbeat, and man, coming from a drummer myself, that dirties up everything. It takes this clean beat, this boom boom bop, boom boom bop, boom bop, boom boom bop, and then you put all that boom boom bop, bop, and it just clutters it up. I don't know how to tell you if you're not a musician, but you just want a straight driving beat. You don't want fancy stuff. Plain, simple, in the pocket stuff. That's what you want. But Fatback is so good. Fatback, and I tell Kaden, I said, man, he sent me a videotape the other day of his stuff, and I was like, dude, when you get with Fatback, dude, you're going to be like, oh, I got it. I feel it. I feel what you're talking about now. Because I remember that too. I had played with, I think they're building a new store out here too. So building some stuff up in Wilson. But yeah, I remember having drummers, and they were, they were good. Good driving, straight drummers. But when Fatback came into my practice house that day, he sat down, and I believe they kicked off Brick House or something, one of those songs. But I'd never heard, up to that moment in person, someone with more authority in his beat and confidence in the boom, bop, 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 bop. I mean, he was on it. And it just like kind of sunk into me at that moment, like, and everybody told me, like, man, when you hear Fatback play, you're gonna know, like, he's the guy. And I was kind of like, I play drums, I know what beats are. Like, how good can you do the beat if you just got a straight 1/4? How can this beat be any better by one drummer than the other? This is when I was young and foolish. And then Fatback walked in, and I remember him. Boom, 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 boom. And I was just like, oh, what is that? I mean, this beat was so locked in, dude. I was like, dude. And I just remember thinking, like, that's it. That's what everybody right there has been talking about, and I feel it. And that's when I began to understand how musicians were on different levels. Like, it ain't a punch to nobody, because look, if I'm a drummer, then I'm on the bottom level. So I ain't talking shit about nobody, because I'm on the bottom level. But some guys, now listen, I hired Fatback back, Fatback like a lot of people. Like, he had some issues with alcohol earlier in his life, and I had to let him go one time because of his drinking got so bad. Everybody knows this. This is nothing that Fatback's ever tried to hide. So I had to let him go, but then we ended up talking again, and later, a few years later, I was kind of looking at a drummer, and I hired him, and he came back and played with us. We had another problem where I hired him one time inside, and then the other guys kind of put me in a pinch. One of those, hey man, if you hire this guy, then we ain't gonna play. But so you got to hire this guy, and then you'll get all three of us. So he kind of did that to me, and I was like, so I was kind of forced out of being able to use Fatback or not have a band. But I ended up hiring Fatback later in Dickerfoot in the last few years. And Fatback had played with my cousin Spook Joyner. That's his name, Spook. And Spook has the Selma Rudy Theater. He has the Rudy Theater, and Fatback had been playing with him for a while, and Fatback had gotten real. He's playing light up there in the studio because it was a bunch of old folks that went to the Rudy Theater. So he was playing kind of light, and he just kind of lost his groove, in my opinion. And it was just getting kind of rough, man. He was not doing funky beats. He was doing the whole backbeat thing like he never did before. And anyway, and then I had another drummer come up. Fatback ended up wanting to go back to the theater, so I didn't have to fire him. He kind of quit, and we kind of just like stepped aside altogether. And so yeah, man, Fatback is a good drummer though, and Kaden's gonna find out this weekend when Fatback comes and plays with him. He's gonna hear what a drummer's like, and then he's gonna be like, oh snap, like I get what Dad's talking about. Because Kaden's been talking about how good this drummer was. He's been saying, like, this drummer is a monster. He is crazy good. And Like, he can just do some good licks, but like I said, it's nothing personal, but it was horrible. It was, I mean, the tempos of the songs were just up and down, changing 3, 4, 5, 6 times during the song, just all over the place. What's the one song I was thinking about? Kaden kicked off, and it was a cold song he kicked off. Oh yeah, the Sunday morning. Let's see, I can't. Luke Combs' song. That song. But anyway, they did that, and there's no count. You know, there should have been a stick count. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Sunday morning, never. And there won't no kickoff. Kaden just did it, and he kicked it off in the wrong tempo, and then it was super slow, and then you could feel the drummers kind of picking it up. But man, when Fatback plays with him, he's gonna get it. He's gonna be like, damn, I totally get what Dad's been talking about. Because I was the same way. But it'll be good. I was proud of my boy last night, though. He did good. As soon as I walked in, I saw him up there, and I just looked at him for a few minutes. I told my wife, I was like, man, he just looks like a natural up there, don't he? Like, he just, I mean, he's lead singing in the band for the first time, and like, he ain't sweating at all. He's just on stage, just, yeah, it was cool. So, real proud of you, man. If you see this, or 20 years later, I'm dead and you see this, like, real proud of you, man, which I'm always proud of you and stuff. But if this is 20 years later, I sure hope you got a new drummer by now, and a new guitar player. Yeah, and guitar players, by the way, that guy you had last night, whew, you're right, he's rough. He was rough, but like I say, this ain't hating. This is just talking about, you know, Kaden's getting a band together, and it's gonna take a bit, you know, to find musicians and get musicians that know this one, and maybe he's gonna find another guy, you know, and he'll know a bass player, but you know, I'm glad these guys are playing with Kaden. Gives him a good chance. He gets experience. He's got to go through this. Very seldomly does somebody just pop right off the bat and get exactly what they want. You know, big, perfect band. But I was fortunate enough. My father worked towards, you know, getting me great musicians, and in the end, I would put the band I had up that I had, Diggerfoot, the last version of Diggerfoot, I would put that band up against any cover band out there right now. I mean, maybe not with me because I'm older. I can't remember the words to the songs. I can't entertain like I used to. You know, I don't have the physical conditioning. But in the end, like, I'd put that band up against anybody. Those guys could go. It gave me confidence to play. Sometimes, you know, I wish, like, man, I'd go out there and play a couple more times, but then I remember I'm old, so. But anyway, I am almost to Wilson to get a haircut. I think I'm going to ride by my father's grave, see my pops for a minute, and then I'm going to get a haircut. So, but be good to one another. For you, one, maybe half of a fan out there that watches this channel, and you missed the last 2 days of me not putting up videos, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't put the videos up. And you can't hear me talk about absolutely nothing. So, I've had the windows down. I realize now that's probably been loud in the recording the whole time. But, who cares? I love you guys. Peace. Have a good day. Be good to one another. Be the best version of yourself. I love y'all. Bye.